Factors that have led to unemployment. Last week we were discussing as I was leaving. Number one, why there is a high rate of unemployment is because of the high population. If we have very many people and then we have few positions, now that is a problem. A problem of unemployment is going to catch up. So if there is a population, but in Kenya, ours is not as high as India, right? Yes, but still ours is high. There is also due to lack of money or lack of capital. Because even if we have few positions for the white collar jobs, we still, if we had money or capital to start individual businesses, that would work. But you know why we do not have capital is because most of the people don't have the expected criteria for you to be able to source out funds. Even today I've seen people who are starting businesses and we are being told there is youth fund. If you go pick the youth fund to start maybe a chicken business or you start your own business, most of you end up not paying the what? The loan. You think it is what? There was another one that was on the phone that people were being, it was called what? Hustler fund. And people were not paying back. They were saying it's free money. Yet that money, you're supposed to source funds so that you can start your own business. And then that should act like your capital now if you're starting any kind of business, maybe a wholesale. But now remember that when you're being given that capital, you need to return the money. That is because those are funds. That's not a grant. That's like a loan. Because there's also an interest. But most of the people who got it, you are getting it via a number, and then you throw it away. Yes. Now that is how now you make it difficult for those people who are serious to start a business not be able to source funds. And also if you check at them, they are called microfinance institutions. For example, you have the KWFT. We also have, which other one? Faulu Kenya. They can give you the capitals to start business, but you find out that they are what? The interest is so high. It is like 18% or 20%. You also find that you cannot qualify because some of them need guarantors. Others need for you to have something in return. I don't know what it is called. Whereby if let's say you need a loan, you give your phone and then you're given the what? The loan. That is not good for someone who needs what? Capital. It is not attainable because if they had that thing, they could have sold it in order to source the capital. Also due to lack of skills, that is what I told you. For you to be able to qualify well for the job market, you need the skills. After you're done with your Form 4 and you get a good grade, you're supposed to go to a college or a university for that matter. And then you're going to the university to get skills. The other people who are doing a better job, those people who are here and you're self-disciplined, you can easily go to the internet to get the skills. They are there for free. If you want to learn like something like Python, it is there for free. You can learn a few of them, and then you start creating your own what? Business and earning income. Even web design, a lot of things there, they are for free. But you have to be very self-disciplined. Also due to a lot of rural-urban migration, whereby most people are moving from rural areas to urban areas. When you clear your school, are you going to stay at your home area, rural home, or are you going to move to the urban center? So most of you tend to be migrating to the what? To the urban centers, yet you do not have a job. So because there is flooding of people there, the few positions that come up are to be fought for, and it leads to unemployment. If we could say the rural, and then you source for jobs in the local government, in your own what? In your own county, that would work. Also, dependence on foreign aid. Actually, this leads to a lot of unemployment. What am I saying here? You find if you are unemployed, especially those people who are employed are not given foreign aid. Like where I come from back there in that rural area, they bring something known as molio. And it is only for those people who are not doing what? Who are working. It's foreign aid. You're given sugar, yes. You are given 5 liters of cooking oil. You are given maize, and you're given beans. There's a time also they were given the uji flour, yeah, the one for the porridge. But the qualification was you were to be unemployed, because the local chiefs know those who are what? Unemployed. So because if you're being given that every month, and this was given according to the family. If the family has 5 children, the family has 2 children, so it differs. So you are being given, the food was there, it was brought, and then people are being given monthly. You see, they can't work now because they are eating. They tend, most of them, not to work. They are just bringing forth children. So you over depend on it, that you are not be able to be productive. And during the season for planting, they were being given the what? Is it the seeds for planting? They are called what? The agriculture students. They were being given the best quality of what? Maize to plant. Also, selfishness and greed, whereby most of the Kenyans have more than 2 jobs. Do you know a Kenyan who has more than 2 jobs? Yes, whereby you are selfish. You have you're working at the same time 2 jobs, whereas you can give someone else who does not have a job, that particular job. Like the time for elections, yes, they needed the POs, they needed the clerks, right? They also needed, and then you found some teachers want to be the what? They wanted to be also to be involved in the election process. Yet you're being paid the salary in the T.S.E. and you still go there in order to be a clerk or another person in the election process. Yes, instead of giving those young students who are straight from the university, because they need the job and they do not have position in the job market. You see that was a bit unfair. And also the education system. In the education system, that thing has not ended. Most of the Kenyans prefer white collar jobs. White collar jobs is whereby you have a work in the what? In the office. You're either a doctor, you're a teacher, you're maybe a CEO somewhere, or you are in the HR department somewhere. Whereby in the education system, if you are selling, let's say, charcoal at a large scale, or some of the people are growing a lot of crops, cash crops, sorry, maybe they are doing tomatoes. There's someone else who I saw the other day, imagine in Kenya, doing asparagus. And he was saying, I don't know, a kilo it's so much. I've never seen that. Now you see those people who are now a farmer. Yes, they tend to prefer not being known because they are farmers. When you come here and you tell your parents, can you write the type of job that you do? Even you will tell you, write the type of job your father does. You don't want to write, I don't know. And you know he's a farmer and he's doing well. Yet you don't want to know. Because you don't want to write, because you prefer what? It has been sensitized in your mind that a white collar job is the what? It's the best jobs. But there are people who do not have white collar jobs and they have $1 billion companies. So we have to change the mentality in your head that only white collar jobs make what? Make changes in the economy of the country. No. The economy is steered forward by those people who are working, regardless of whether you're working a white collar job or just a manual job. We also, another reason why the high rate of unemployment is negative attitude towards work. Yes, you think when you work you get exhausted, or you don't want to work generally. Nowadays, most people say, I don't have anyone to dig my shamba, because there are no people to dig the shamba. You've cleared Form 4, yet you cannot go and ask someone who has a big plantation whether you can dig for some time as you're waiting for your K.C.S.E results. Because you have a negative attitude towards work, you do not want to work. Because you're saying, my mother is a teacher. My father works in the company. I cannot be seen what? Digging. That is work. Even in your house, in your homes where you live, do you clean your clothes? Do you clean your clothes because you think that you do not appreciate work? We have gone so far, even here in school. You've been told, sweep this area. We are going to repeat the same song the whole term because you have a negative attitude towards work. If you hate work, let me tell you, No matter whether, because students most of the time think that the work that you do here is different from the work that you earn money. It is different. It is not different. You'll be given that kind of job that you want, and you'll be told, I'll be paying this for you. I'll be paying this. No, if you do this such and such, I'm going to pay you this amount. You know, the same way you act here, it's how you're going to act outside there. The same way. Actually, that is the same way that you're going to act. Because I've discovered, if you employ your neighbor, maybe an elder women use your neighbor to take care of your house when you're not there, and they start carrying what? They start with the sugar, they start with the oil, yes? Their kids know she does that. The kids, it is emulated in your home that if your mother works in the next homestead, you already know what she carries. She tells you, there is no sugar. Then you hear her say, I'm going to bring it in the evening. And then it was not from the shop. She carries from the neighboring. When you're planting, you go to help someone plow their shamba, and to do what? To plant. You do what? You take part of the what? The seeds that you're using to plant. You know, now you've been instilled by your folks that stealing is the right thing. Now that goes hand in hand with negative attitude towards work, because now you want easy what? Easy things. You want remember, easy come, easy go. If you steal something, it will be hard to go. You won't appreciate whatever you have. If you steal something and get it, you won't treasure it. That's why I keep on telling you, anyone who wins any lottery, you hear, I don't know, there are different types of them. You get that money, you don't usually waste it, because you did not do what? Work hard to get that thing that you needed. The same. So you have to change your attitude towards work. Work is any action that you're taking with your force. That is work, and you should change your attitude towards work. Also, due to unequal distribution of wealth, there are some areas where there is a rampant unemployment because the wealth there is not equally distributed. What are we talking about when we talk about unequal distribution of wealth? Is that by some areas they have resources in the country, and then others do not have. For example, you can see in Wajir, there is minimal what? Rainfall. But if you go to the Meru area, or you go to the what? To the Nyeri, it's cold, yes? It's cold, and they have plenty of rain. You see, now they can be able to do a lot of what? Work there. They can easily access jobs because they have also, and you see also there are areas which have quarries, and they can offer jobs to their people. If you compare a place like in Kitui and you compare the Mombasa, right? Mombasa, there is a port. Of course, the employment opportunities will be high there, because if you have the port, you need people to do what? To maybe to offload the ferry when it comes. There are many jobs. Customs, a lot of people. There is also, they need anything to do with the what? The ocean. But if you go to the Kitui area, they only have a dry land whereby they receive what? They don't receive rainfall they only receive rainfall after a long period of time. There are very few resources there. So that is also another factor that leads to high unemployment. Also, we have new technological advance that has led to retrenchment, yes. So it renders many people jobless. Which jobs, which work that has led to retrenchment? Where people are working but now they are not needed. A particular job. Yani na maana gani? Na maana kuwa kuna kazi ambayo binadamu walikuwa wanafanya lakini sasa hawafanyi. Inafanywa na mashine. Ni nini hiyo? Ni kazi zipi ambazo sasa hivi huhitajiki hapo? Huh? Sorry? Yes, very good. Manufacturing industry, right? Before, they needed people to pack it. Let's say, I can give you a good example in the Unga group. They needed people to packet the Unga, yes. They needed also to transport maybe the bags to the let's say it's a truck that is carrying them. They needed many people there, but nowadays machines, they are very big machines which are there. They are doing the packeting. They are carrying up to inside the what? Almost inside the truck. You just do minimal jobs. So all those people have rendered what? Jobless. They are jobless. Another type of job, mining. So mining, oh yeah, underground mining was being done by people. But nowadays, machines are still, yes, very good. And also due to insecurity, because increase in crime discourage local and international investors. If your area has a lot of crime, it means that you cannot, most people are what? Are not employed, because people cannot come to invest there, especially foreign investors, because they are scared that there's a lot of insecurity. But this is according to local insecurity, whereby local investors cannot be able to work there. Somewhere like Garissa, there was some time back they were killing teachers who are not from the same tribe, right? Is it Garissa? And most of them they were taken out of that part of the area due to the insecurity. But that was not according to the investors. I don't know, maybe Somali now when we talk about the investors. There is also bad governance, whereby it renders most people jobless. Because if the economy policies are hard on the people, they cannot be able to come up with jobs, or they cannot be able to work. Why are they not able to work? Because they cannot be paid. The employer of the organization cannot be able to pay them. Remember, you need an employer who can be able to pay for the work done. So if there is bad governance and then the economy is bad, it will render most of the people unemployed. Are we together?